Good morning, guys. As y'all probably noticed, I've not been on here in a very long time. By the time y'all are watching this, I'll have them all uploaded, but our internet modem has been out, and it's taken a long time to get another one. It went out a week. Today is Tuesday, October the 4th. Wednesday will be 2 weeks since we've had internet. Went out Wednesday night. We kept trying to fiddle with it and fix it. Finally called Saturday. They said, we'll have you new one on the way in 2 to 3 days. Called in 2 or 3 days, and that lady said no, it'll be 5 to 7 days. And called back yesterday, and that guy said, I will overnight you one. So we should have one today, and I can get a lot of this crap off my phone. I just took last week off from vlogging. Didn't have enough space on my phone. Still, I don't know how long I've got today, but I may keep it short, upload something tonight, and then just mesh this one in with tomorrow. Not a whole lot's been going on. Tennessee beat Florida. Second of all, Tennessee beat Georgia. Third of all, Tennessee is 5-0. 5-0. Now, if you're another team's fan that we've beat or that we're going to beat, sorry about it. We've sucked since 2008. So, you know what? Let us have this. But anyway, we're going to do a lot of mowing this week. I think I counted 14 or 15 yards. And then we've got 5 or 6 to fertilize and seed. So it'll be a good, interesting week. Something different finally. It's, since I vlogged last time, it's cooled down. It's 70 degrees right now. So it's great. It feels awesome. We've got some rain. It's still kind of dry, but we've been getting a little here and there more. So the grass is loving it, and it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous early fall season out here in East Tennessee. But let's get down the road and get started at the first one. Alright, we're here at the first yard. It's not too bad. It's a pretty big one. It's the one that's all Bermuda grass. It's slowing down quite a bit. I had been mowing on 3 3/4. Last time I mowed on 3 1/2. This time I'm going to mow it on 3 1/4. Just to try to get it down for winter, and everything looking even and good and low. Alright, we just got that one over with. It turned out real nice, mowed real easy. It wasn't as thick and as tall as it was the middle of the summer. It's been cooler now. Nighttime temperatures are dropping down in the 50s and 60s. Daytime temperatures are mid-low 80s, sometimes in the 70s. The past few days have been pretty low. So that Bermuda grass is really starting to slow down, and makes it a lot easier on me. And a vlog from a few days ago, probably the last one I did, due to my internet being out and all that sort of thing. I measured sorry about that. Measured a clubhouse for a big subdivision, and I just got word a few minutes ago that I did get that job. So it's a good one, good big job. I did get it, so I'm pretty happy about that. And I'll be doing it next week, I guess. I don't have a slot for it this week. That fertilizing job will probably take me 2 to 3 hours. And I don't have a slot to put it in this week. I've got enough going on anyway as it is. But it's no big deal. It's still perfect time to do it. We still got actually a few weeks to get it done, but I'm gonna do it as soon as I can, and get it looking nice. But we won't be doing any fertilizing today. We're gonna start it tomorrow, and then we've got 2 tomorrow, and 2 Thursday. And I'll explain more about what to use. Or what I use. It might be different in your area, I'm sure it is, unless you're close here to me, obviously. But kind of go over, what to do in different situations and what the customer wants. So we'll go over that tomorrow. I'll start, and then so we've got 2 fertilizations tomorrow, possibly 3. I'm not sure yet. I haven't heard from one. And then 2 Thursday. along with, and we'll be mowing as well. I've got 2 more yards today. I've got 2 tomorrow. I think 3 Thursday or 4, and then Friday we've got 4. So it's gonna be some long days, but that's all right. It makes money. But I'm gonna head and do one now. It's just a weed eating one, no mowing or anything. I'll try to video it if I remember it. Last time I had the camera set up and all this good stuff, and then I forgot to hit record till I was done. I didn't notice it, but it happens. But I'll try to remember today and get y'all some footage for it. So we will go start that one in just a minute. last one's done. I didn't video the weed eating job. The guy was out doing some stuff in his yard, and I didn't want to bother him or, you know, make him ask any questions. So I just skipped it, but it was time to get paid for that one, so I got it done and got this little one done. The grass wasn't that tall, but as you see in the videos, the leaves are dropping pretty good. So, you know, usually when when the leaves start dropping real good, I'll go over it 2 or 3 times. But they wasn't that bad this time. I felt like once was sufficient. Last time I did go over it twice. There were a lot more last week. But I just went over it once today. Seems to look alright in my opinion. So maybe next time I'll have to go over it a few more the time after that. But for today that's good enough. And I don't usually weed eat before I mow, but this time I did. I usually don't, just because I end up weed eating more than I need to. That's just how I am. It just takes more time. It don't make you, I don't dread it, you know, obviously if you weed eat first, you don't have to dread it the whole time you're mowing, but most of mine aren't that bad. There's a lot of weed eating, some of them, but most of them are not terrible. This one isn't bad, but I got a ramp for my storage building, which I'll show y'all when I get back to the house. And the guy down here, it's not the next house right next door to this one, but the one down. It's actually her brother-in-law and her sister live there. And my dad works with him, and he built a ramp a while back in the summer and never did use it, so he gave it to me to use in my storage building. He didn't charge me anything for it. You know, we asked him how much I owed him. He said same as I paid for it, nothing. So, but you know, it was still nice of him to give me that. And he's got a ditch down here next to the road. I'll show you as we're driving out. That kind of a lot of weed eating. So I went ahead and done that because I didn't want to dread it the whole time I was mowing this yard. It took me about 15 minutes. It's not nothing major, but just a little thank you to him that I wanted to do. And then while I done had the weed eater going, and while I was already nasty and dusty and, you know, I had grass in my mouth and everything, I went ahead and weed eated this one. So just kind of got to go with the flow. But usually I do not weed eat before I mow, but today I did. Started right there at that mailbox, went down through here, and then done this all down through here. The guy lets me hunt up there on that ridge, if you can see it. And that's another reason I wanted to do that for him, because he lets me and my buddy squirrel hunt up there on that ridge behind his house. And if people are willing to let me go on their land and use it and not charge me nothing or anything like that, you know, I want to do something for them just to say thank you. So I'm going to weed eat that ditch the rest of the year, just every couple of weeks, which will probably just be one more time maybe. And then there's a big bank behind his house I'm going to try to keep an eye on and do it for him, just as a thank you, because I love hunting, and he don't mind me going whenever. All I have to do is, you know, either call him or see if he's out and see him and say, hey, you know, I want to go hunting in the morning or Saturday morning, whatever it is, or have my dad talk to him at work. I mean, they're great friends, so he doesn't care a bit, and I really appreciate that, and I want him to know that. But I want to go back to something I mentioned this morning. The UT Florida game to start with. I was there and it was amazing. I've been to a lot of Tennessee games in my life. I've been fortunate enough to get a lot of free tickets, and a lot of people take me with them and that sort of thing. I've paid for a lot too, but I've had a lot, you know, people just say, hey, you want to come tag along, got a free ticket or whatever. But you know, this year I bought season tickets for my girlfriend and myself. I'm going to take some other people because she's in college and finals are, you know, coming up, and starting in November she's got a few, so she says, you know, after the next one she's probably going to be done for the year, and there's 3 home games after that. So I'm going to take her brother to one of them, and one of my buddies, and then me and my dad are going to go to one. So, but anyway, you know, I bought those tickets and I thought I am going to get to see Tennessee beat Florida at home for the first time in 11 years. Since 2004. I was in 4th grade last time we beat them. We've had better teams in past years and just for some reason found a way to lose. This year we're down 21-0 in the first half. I'm ready to jump off the top of the stadium into the river. But this team has to be down before they can figure out how to win. And they done it. They come from 21 down scored 38 unanswered points on one of the best defenses in the conference. Supposedly the best secondary. We have a second-year wide receiver. He signed to Tennessee as a quarterback. Quarterback, not a corner, a quarter, as in throwing. They moved him to receiver when he got here. He's a sophomore. He burnt Jalen Tease Tabor up like he had done it all his life, and that's a first-team All-SEC defensive back. Go Vols. But no, the feeling in that stadium was unlike anything I'd ever experienced. It was so loud, and everybody was screaming. My throat was hurting so bad, it felt like I had swallowed gravel the next morning. It was terrible, but it was so worth it. So much fun. It was just amazing. I'm glad I got to video some of it. I didn't. It seemed like every time I would try to record a play, we sucked it up with a big third down where the crowd was crazy and it was rocking. It seemed like every time I'd done that, they'd get a first down, or if I tried to record us scoring, I think I got one. But it seemed like every time I would try that, we would get shut down at the line of scrimmage or something, so I stopped. But I think I got one touchdown, and I got there at the end, as the clock was winding down, and after it was over. It was just glorious. I hope y'all enjoy it. My phone does not record sound that great. What you all will hear on that, or if you've done watched, it'll be up by the time this is up. But what you hear on that video is nothing like it was in the stadium. It was amazing. Anyway, we are now 5-0 thanks to again Juwan Jennings, the guy that burned up Jalen Tabor. Also caught the game-winning Hail Mary pass Saturday against Georgia. I'm not gonna lie, I had no hope of us winning that game whatsoever after Georgia scored with like 12 seconds left. None. Malik Foreman, our cornerback, decided to quit on a play at about the 5-8 yard line, somewhere in there. And the wide receiver did not stop. Jacob Eason, Georgia's quarterback, is a darn good quarterback. He's a freshman. I'm scared because he's still got at least 3 years left. That kid's going to be an NFL starting quarterback one of these days. He's going to be a first-round draft pick. I'm calling it now, unless something, barring a bad injury that puts him out, his football career. The kid's going to be good. But, they got that touchdown. I'm thinking, piss, it's over with. Crap, But I've learned over the years to keep watching Tennessee football, even if they're down like 90-10. They may figure out some way to win. It's not out of the realm of possibility. So we keep the TV on. They do some weird kickoff return thing. Kick it to Evan Berry. He gets it to like I think he ran out of bounds like the 43 yard line. He run 8 seconds off the clock. It was 12, I think, when they kicked it. He got the ball, he had like a 25 yard return, I think. Run out of bounds to the 43 yard line, 4 seconds left. I'm thinking, there's no way on God's green earth Josh Dobbs can throw a ball that far. But we take a timeout. We line up for the Hail Mary. Dobbs takes about a 5-step drop. The pass protection was great by our O-line. They had 3 safeties waiting on us at the goal line. One of those was, or not one of the safeties, but one of the people covering that kick was a 6'7" defensive end. I think his name's Lorenzo Carter. Juwan Jennings is about 6'5". They had 3 defensive backs, or cover people, whatever you want to call them, on Juwan Jennings. Dobbs puts it in the most perfect place it could have been thrown. And Juwan catches it and pandemonium reigns. I don't know how they won. They didn't deserve to win. They played like garbage, but they did. We're 5-0. Going into Texas A&M Saturday in College Station. They're a pretty good team as well. They're ranked number 8. We're ranked number 9. College game day is going to be there. Tennessee is on the CBS game at 3:30 for the 3rd week in a row. And next week, when Alabama comes to town, we're going to be on CBS for the 4th week in a row. I don't know if we can win Saturday. Going into this season, A&M and Alabama were my 2 losses. Just because, you know, the SEC West is stronger than the East. Has been for a few years now. And Texas A&M is a good football team. But Tennessee seems to be able to pull stuff out of the rear end this year and win games. So, you know, who knows? I sure hope we win, but, you know, I won't be as mad Saturday if we lose as I would have been if we'd lost to Florida or Georgia, because now that we've beat Florida and Georgia, our chances of getting to Atlanta for the championship game are pretty darn good. We got to beat South Carolina, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, and Missouri, which is a lot easier than beating Florida and Georgia. The only one I'm worried about is Missouri. Really, South Carolina's not that good. Kentucky's not. Vandy's Vandy, and you know, our chances are better. But you know, if we lose Saturday, okay, you got beat by a good team. It's in the West, okay. But yeah, God, I hope we win. It'd be awesome. Shut up and quit talking about football. Maybe you's like that, maybe you don't. Let me know in the comments if you want to talk football. Don't get into this trash talking BS. I don't care. I just want to talk football without, you know, being 10 years old and trash talking and all that stuff. But anyway, I'm going to show you on my ramp when I get home what I kind of done to set it up, and then we'll be done for the day. Here's my ramp. It works out pretty good. It's very well made, but we put some bricks and stuff under here, center blocks, deck block, just to give it a little extra support. Well, we had a problem when I get the doors open. You got a pretty big gap right here, but just cut a piece of wood at a 45. Works perfect. Yeah, that's it for today. I'm gonna go ahead and end this one today and just start a new one tomorrow. So I appreciate you watching, as always. Glad to be back. Hopefully I've got internet now, and I'll get these up to date as soon as I can. So I appreciate y'all being patient. If you're coming back and watching, if it's your first time, please like and give it a thumbs up. Comment with anything you want to talk about, and please subscribe. Hope y'all are having a great day. Keep that grass flying. God bless. Take care. Have a great day.